Hey YouTube, Mike here. How are we doing today? I hope we all had a very safe and productive week. Alright, this week I'm going to be showing you a way that I came up with making a gluing kind of like a rack. And also I have had quite a few questions about the storage that I have underneath my MFT-3 kit. So, first thing, my wife loves to cook, and she wanted a new cutting board. And she was looking at them, and I'm like, I can make it. So I picked up like two 7-foot pieces, one piece of walnut and one piece of ash. And then I have some maple and some purple heart accents. So I'm going to build probably like an 18 by 13 cutting board with some accent lines and finish it up and give it to her. So I was kind of looking at cutting board stuff on YouTube, and I saw some of these racks these guys had, and then I went on and looked at some of the racks that you can buy, and I just thought of a way of doing it with plumbing pipe. So what I did was I took 1.25 inch and I used the Schedule 40 pressure, which is the red letter. It's a heavier PVC. I cut 3 2-foot pieces, and I cut it on the chop saw. You can cut it with the Sawzall. It doesn't have to be perfect because it's going to go inside of the fitting. And then I got some T's, and then I got some of these street ells. And I'll show you what I came up with. So basically, you know, you want something that's fairly close to each other, especially if you're going to do like 13 inches, 14 inch, 15 inch, you know, it's mostly like for a cutting board. I mean, you can build this thing as long as you want and as wide as you want. So what I did was I came up with, I'm going to use the street L on each side, and basically it just prevents me from having to cut a little piece in between. You can just hit it on the table, make sure it's flat, do it again, and it doesn't matter, you don't have to glue it. So you can actually, don't push it in so hard, it's going to be very hard to get apart. Now, you can use a regular 90 with a street L and put it together like that, but I'm going to put these T's in between, like that. Put this T in between like that. And then I'm going to take one of these clamps. Now I have all this junk underneath this, you know, my storage, so, and I'm going to clamp this down like that. So it basically, I mean, it's, and you can build it to whatever holes you have, so that, I mean, you can spin this inside if you want. Like I can spin this way and then get another clamp in here in this hole. So now I got this rack here. I got these 2 boards, say I want to glue up. They're just, you know, random pieces. Put the pieces down, put your schmear on it, smear it all over, and then put the board down. Take my first clamp, get it in here, close it, get the second clamp, close it, and then close right. Now these aren't, these are 2 different boards, so one's piece of plywood, one's piece of oak. So, and you know, of course, so it's 2 feet long, 18 inches, so come to here, you glue it, put it to the side, clean off your glue, and that's it. I, you know, put something down on the table. That's why I had that paper roll over here. I roll the paper out, and that's the rack. Then there's another way you could do it if you wanted to. Like I I said, you got to watch how hard you push these in. Unless you want to glue it, they're pretty sometimes tough to come out. You could use it just like this, put it away. You can take off the street ells and put the T's on. Again, once you get the T's on, just give it a hit on the table. It'll level itself. Or if you want to make them taller, you can make it taller. If you're making one size, say, cutting board all the time, take your measurement, how wide you want them, take your other piece, measure it, cut it, and now you can glue this all up, store it somewhere, hang it somewhere. When you need it, take it down. Just remember, when the reason you're going to use a street L, because if you cut pieces between the T and this fitting, which would be an elbow, if you're not precise, you have to either have them, what they call jam jointed them together, because if they're off, one will be taller than the other, and that may not be good for the glue up. So with the street L, if you're going to glue it up, just make sure that when you get it in, it's level. If you just hit it in, the glue will make it slide all the way and bottom out. So that's that. And now, when I'm done, like I said, don't push it that hard, because look at it, see, already it kind of jammed itself in there. If you grease it, all it's going to do is going to just like roll around. Either don't push it in that tight or glue it. All right, so now I'm just going to, I'll just kind of do like this so they store together, and I'll put them in a box and use them up when I need them. All right, let me take the camera off, and I'm going to go over my MFT-3 table storage. Now, the shop is a mess because I am doing over that whole wall, but here's the ash and the walnut that I picked up, and then here's the accent pieces, the way I'm going to do it, just like that. And then I started picking out and finding all my offcuts and stuff for my pen turning. That's going to be coming up soon. Well, there's the cabinet. I gotta wait for it to get edited, but I just fit everything. Now I gotta do a little bit more sanding, and then I'm just gonna wax it, put the plugs in it, and just figure out a way to hold up some of those planes, the shoulder planes and the Japanese corner plane, but got all the chisels in, got them all in rare earth magnets. Then over here, I got my saws in and my hammers with rare earth. So, okay, my storage. This is, let me step back. That's my MFT-3 table. I have two of them. And I have the Cavalieri bag system. I keep 4 bags. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the 2 different types of Craig screws in here and 2 different biscuits that I use. I keep my rulers on here, metric and regular, and my knife, my 2 awls, and 2 different bits. What I'm going to do is, that down there is going to house the Milwaukee totes, which is right there. That's all of my clamping elements, my knobs and stuff. And in this drawer, and I'm going to swap out these are those pre-made drawer pieces where you get the sides and the roll, you just make the front. I'm going to swap that out to 16-inch full extension slides. I have my Incra stuff in here, my marking pens, my calipers and stuff. Now in here, once I get this rebuilt, these tools will now all go, and see I put a toolbox in. I'm going to get rid of that cabinet. I'm going to build another cabinet, another thing for just the planes, and then I'm going to kind of redo that to house the rest of my tools. And in here, I'm going to put, these are the extra red bins from the Milwaukee totes. I can fit 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to put a divider, I'm going to put my old sandpaper, and as you can see, I'm going to put all my screws that I use all the time. I can get four this way, so I can get quite a bit of screws in here. I keep all of my pre-made jig pieces in boxes. My 5-inch, 6-inch, 7-inch, 8-inch. I have them up to 20-inch, 2 of each. So they're pre-made. They'll see 14.5 is for when I'm doing the drawers. Okay, I have the 3 SYS drawers here. I keep my assembly bits. I keep dowels and stuff. I keep my brad nailer in here. My TS55 and all of my clamp. Okay, my CT22, yes, CT22 with the boom arm. I keep extra, I've just been storing the SYS drawers there, but all of this stuff still has to go away. And then I keep drill block, rasps, my Craig feeler, a ruler, there's a video on this. You see, just 2 sides, fits there perfect. And now, if I have to go over something, I can just dump it there, and I don't have to worry about it going down the little holes of the MFT table, which, as you can see, I have to go through this bin. Okay, I have the vacuum clamping system, and this is off of the Contura website. You can download the plans to make this. Slides right on. It's just below the table, so I don't have to drop this. And then I just tuck the foot pedal, which I have on a piece of wood, and the hose, and I can bring it down to this, and then I just bring an extension cord to that. Okay, I built this with 6 boxes, and I just kind of, this one, it's just kind of all different random, empty, all different random screws, discs. It's stuff that I just accumulate. I'm probably going to swap them out to plastic bins. Then I keep a Festool roller with 2 of the tackle boxes and a toolbox. And then I keep the DeWalt 60 volt max cordless compressor over here, because now I've been using that mostly all the time. But you see on the CT26, I put the handle to mount the boom arm, and it was retrofitted. I was able to retrofit it to the old CT22, which I got off of eBay quite a few years ago. Actually, it was probably my 3rd or 4th Festool purchase. So, but that's the MFT table, and that's my storage. Oh, this cart, actually, this will roll. I can roll this cart out. I keep extra saw blades and boxes of dogs on the here, so I can. They're the 20mm dogs. So that's it. And then when I need a clamp, I just open up this drawer and put my clamps away like that. Put it back on. Boom, you're done. But I still got a lot of stuff I got to put away. The sanding table. There's the workbench. So, all right, let's get this back up here. And all right. Whew, even with the AC on it, it's getting a little warm in here. All right. Again, I'd like to thank everybody for all the subscribes. What is it? 4,450 now. Thank you very much. Again, I never expected to get this many, but I'll just keep putting out the content. If you have a question, or if you'd like a Mike Switch-Up sticker, my email will be included below. And like I said, you can build this thing any length, any width, however you want. All right, YouTube? You all have a nice weekend, and I will see you on the next video. Take care now. Bye-bye.